Hello everybody, this is Terry Jeanette with the Tapping Flamingo, and today I was looking at these really pretty beads that I got from my friends over at PandaHall. They're Ocean Jasper, and I thought, you know what? I think I want to make a knotted necklace. So as I look at the color of these, it reminds me of some really pretty cording that I have. And it matches almost perfectly. So I'm going to use this wax cording to knot a necklace. First thing I need to do is take all these beads off of this and put it on this. And I want this to be a short necklace. I don't want it to be long. No more than 18 inches, and probably more like 17 inches. But I don't know how many beads it's going to take. I know it's not going to take all of these, but it's going to take quite a few of them. So I'm going to go ahead and string most of these beads on here, and then we'll be back. So I have everything strung up here, and before I start knotting, I'm actually going to put one of these little clamshell bead tips on. See, they look like a little clamshell. They have a hole at the bottom and a little hook at the top. Sometimes they have a loop at the top, but these have a little hook. And so I'm going to put this thread in the hole. Hopefully it will fit. I may have to trim it off a little bit. Okay, that fit in there just right. So I'm going to tie a couple of overhand knots. There's one. And two, and they're right on top of each other. Make sure they're tight. And then I'm going to feed this little clamshell thingy up there. And see how the knot fits in there? I'm going to close this up ever so gently. And then I'm going to clip this off. I think I can use these. And I'm going to save this one for the other side. Just put it aside. And now we can start knotting. I like to use these little T-pins. Some people will use a bead reamer or some type of an awl. But basically what I like to do to tie my knots, is tie an overhand knot. And you take your pointy thing and you feed that all the way up to your bead, like so. And then you bring your other bead up. Tie an overhand knot and just repeat all the way until you get the length that you want. right, so I think instead of a necklace, I'm actually going to do a bracelet. And I've pretty much got the length I have here. So I want to cut off, but I want to leave enough where I'm going to tie a couple of knots and feed it into here. Okay, so hopefully that'll work. I'm going to just do a little slip knot here so my other beads don't fall off. All right. So put in there like that. And I'm going to tie one knot. Feed it into the opening of that clamshell. Make sure it gets down in there. And I'm going to do that again. So there'll be 2 knots in there. And if you want, I've never done this, but if you want, you could put glue in there. I don't do that because it doesn't really need it. And I actually use this technique on even my jewelry that I don't knot, just my regular jewelry. And it's very, very sturdy. I've not had any problems with things coming apart doing this. Let's see. Grab these pliers here. So I want to make sure both knots get down in there. Then close up this clamshell. And then I've got to get me a couple, or a jump ring and a clasp. Let me trim that off. I might have to use scissors. I've got some scissors that have a fine point on them. I'm going to have to go get them and trim that. Make sure that's all trimmed off. But see how this is going to look? Isn't that pretty? Let me go get my clasp. All right, so I have a jump ring. I'm just going to put on one side here. Make sure this gets closed up. There's not a gap for things to fall off. And I could just hang this. Let me see if that's going to be long enough. I think it will be long enough, but I have a lot of wrist issues, and I don't like anything tight on my wrist. I like things very loose. So I'm going to add a jump ring over here. And there we go. And that's how you do a knotted bracelet. It's actually really quite easy to do. So as I said before, I got these beads from PandaHall. If you're interested in getting your own beads like this, I will leave a coupon code and links down in the description box below. I really like these, and they come in a variety of colors, but isn't the blue gorgeous? Thanks for joining me. Y'all have a great day. This is Terry Jeanette with the Tapping Flamingo signing out for now. Bye-bye.